Hey there, folks. This is Christopher here. I'm going to be doing something I haven't done here. This is just experimentation again. Going to be doing a bit of audio commentary on a selection of scenes meshed up together as one for from one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid, one of my favorite musicals growing up as a kid. It was the 1962 film Gypsy, starring Rosalind Russell, Carl Malden, and Natalie Wood. As Natalie Wood here is about to make her debut as Miss Gypsy Rose Lee, here she sees herself in a mirror all dolled up and dressed up for the first time. Now, prior to this scene, earlier in the film, in her history, she had always been either dressed as a boy or in the background. But here she's seeing herself for the first time as a very beautiful young woman. And it's kind of, she's shocked by what she's seeing. She never could realize that. Never seen how pretty she was or how she could be. And this puts her into a bit of a, what I can only describe as a bit of a shell shock here, because she's now asked to do what her mom has asked, and to take the offer to fill in for this performer who got arrested for shoplifting and paying the star spot in a burlesque house to basically strip for the first time in a burlesque house. And you can see Mom says she's beautiful. They give her the run for luck.
Are you nervous, baby? What? I said, are you nervous?
Says she's not nervous. In the intro,
One and only Burlesque Theater presents Gypsy Rose Lee.
Her name's Louise. It ain't anymore.
and from right there, Gypsy Rose Lee is born. By the way, this was a series of about like 5 videos I spliced together to merge it to make it seamless, like it was like one performance. Now this is Natalie Wood singing, by the way. I know there's been some history with the recording of the musical here. I forget if it was, the controversy was with either Natalie Wood singing or with Rosalind Russell singing, because I know that there was talk that one of them two did not sing on the soundtrack. I do know that I think it was Natalie Wood that had issues when it came to recording for the soundtrack for West Side Story. But I do believe that here in Gypsy, she is singing. This is her real voice, singing the "Let Me Entertain You," and it's great that fact that it conveys that as her character is nervous about being up there and performing, so too Natalie, which I think had that same kind of nervousness about her when it came to doing her own singing. And here you can tell that she is trying her best here, but you can tell that she's still a little nervous. And doing her best, trying to make it funny. And here she just, she's had to play it off as innocent as can be. And by doing that, she started to get a kick out of it, as you can tell here from these scenes. And taking the advice that her mom gave her, that to just walk in time with the music, peeling off a glove, and you're gonna see, drop a shoulder strap at the end, keep professional, keep it ladylike. And now we morph into and she's starting to take off and performing in the circuit as this performer, and each time as she performs, she gets a little more comfortable with her performances. Here again, she learned from the last time about how sexy it was to peel off, shoulder strap. Here she tries to double it up by doing both shoulder straps. And also remember what her mother said about, I think it would be a favor if you show them your knee. So that's what you're going to see here in this about a few seconds. Now, the musical this film had to take certain liberties as far as what they did, as far as to make it just as entertaining, but still slightly different from the original musical in 1959. Here again, there's another part of the montage. Now she's, again, different gown, different outfit, but now still feeling more confident about her stage presence, feeling more at ease with her performance. And again, this montage is different from how it was from what I remember seeing in the records of the Broadway play. That it was, she had certain use of certain props in the Broadway show. I think at one point in her prop, she was wearing a hat, and she used the hat to cover up with instead of covering up with the curtain you're going to see here in a moment. But they had to take advantage of make slight changes from the Broadway play to make it just as entertaining and still just as great without being too closely to the play. And this is one of the scenes coming up here that differs. In the original Broadway play, the salute was meant for the Garden of Eden, as it was in the revival and every other play since. But here in the movie, because this film was slated on at Christmas time, they hyped it up by saying this was a salute to the new year. This was, again, the end of 1962, going to 63. This is just, I think, a way to make it a little bit different from the Broadway show. And now you're seeing here Natalie being extremely confident. She'd been doing this now quite a few times in her career. She's no longer the shy girl that she was when she started. She feels much more at ease as a performer, very confident in herself and her abilities, and always wanted to entertain the audience and to tease the audience, and really becoming, as you heard the announcer just say there, really becoming, as he said, was, the queen of the striptease. And that's really ultimately what makes it different. This as an art form, in my view, as an art form that's different from what goes on in the gentlemen's clubs. It's just not so much, it's not about the shock value of, getting naked. It's just the entertainment fact of, to make your audience, let them think up here that you're about to take it off and get, gonna show something new. But the discreet way about it is you keep everything hidden, you keep waiting for the ultimate reveal to let the fans know that everything that, glad you came, glad you enjoyed the show, but we hope we left you with a smile on your face and that we didn't shock the crowd. Anyway, as the video is going to wrap up here, that's going to do it for my little commentary track on the little history here of Natalie Wood's performance in Gypsy. Not sure if this is ever going to make it to YouTube, but if it ever does, hope you all liked it, and hope to see you all again soon, folks. Take care.